Hi guys, it's Nene aka SoulStar Divine Feminine. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I have a reading for the Twin Flame Collective, both Divine Feminines and Divine Masculines. My sage has been clearing out. I've been meditating over these cards for a while. I have my incense burning as well with my beautiful offering, as you see here. I am currently in Ubud in Bali in Indonesia, and my Divine Masculine is sitting right there next to me. This is our new house and our healing space and our retreat, and we're going to be doing loads of healing services here as well as our charity. So the links to all of that will be in the description, or maybe I'll edit this and put a small clip of our charity and our retreat space here at the end. So if any of you want to come to a healing retreat, then you can do, and come to Bali and stay in this amazing accommodation with us. Now today I am using the Wicca Oracle card deck and Life Purpose Oracle cards for both DM and DF. It is extremely hot right now. It is raining season, and I have a gigantic open air kitchen, which is what I'm sitting in now. Well, I'm sitting at the bar in my kitchen, so you probably are hearing crickets, frogs, and every other type of animal known to man that's here. Today, whew, it's been a challenging day. It is Saturday the 23rd of March. The March equinox just happened, and the full moon has been kicking my ass a lot, helping me reveal things that I've tried to suppress for so long, and just the exhaustion, channeling so many different souls. It's intense, as it always is for all of us. But today, I wanted to say this at the beginning, or my higher self did. I am stronger than this challenge, and this challenge is making me stronger. Unicorns teach us how to love ourselves and others freely, in a pure and unselfish way. They love us for what we are, not what we can give or do, and they show us how to do the same. They teach us how to care more for others, to be kinder and more considerate, to make things better. And over and above their concern for us, unicorns are the guardians of the natural world and can teach us how to love and nurture our planet. And that, my friend, is good for all of us. I love this book so much, The Wisdom of Unicorns, and it goes on about why we need unicorns, how we need to get more into our pure heart, our soul's purpose, our true calling. I mean, all the things we've been trying so hard to do on this journey, because we have to unprogram everything. And I'm currently drinking some Rosella hibiscus tea with some brown sugar and some lemon as well. Now, SoulStar, let's get into the reading. So Spirit is telling me to do Divine Feminines first. Wow. Okay, this card speaks volumes to me, because this is what I've been going through myself. And just FYI, if any of you don't realise why I've put the cards up to the screen a lot of the time, is for those of you who are in tune as well, you'll feel the energy stronger. And as you hear my messages, you'll hear your own messages coming through as clarification and your own discernment. Okay, Divine Feminine. Wow, we've been through some struggles. Whew, okay, this feels quite heavy, but it's only because of the mental attachment to it, our ego attachment to it. My throat chakra is open. The mental attachment to it. This is all about the false mask that we've still been wearing in so many ways of our lives. Yes, we've done so much healing. We've progressed so profoundly. Like, we are not the same person we were last year, even 5 months ago, 2 weeks ago. Yes, we're doing things that we would never even dream of doing now. Yes, we're in different locations. We're doing things we enjoy more. We're taking more risks. We're saying yes to more things. But there is still such a huge mask that we're wearing, because we're still so scared to put ourselves out there fully And I say this not about romantic relationships. That's not even really what we're passionately in fear about. It's really what innately makes us happy and what we know would make us happy. The creativity. There's so many of you that are wonderful artists. I just saw someone walk behind me. It must have been a spirit. Oh, Archangel Michael. Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you, Archangel Michael. I totally lost track. So many of us are creative and artists, and we've suppressed that creativity for so long. Normally out of circumstance, because of our upbringing, because we always give ourselves so much to another person, because we see the good in them always. So we end up suffering because we just want to help that person again and again and again, no matter how many times. Like, it doesn't depend on how they treat us back. Even when we feel like shit, even when we're not getting the reciprocity that we know we deserve and we know we crave, we still give and give and give and give, and then it ends up destroying us until we realize, wait a second, I need to take my energy back. And yes, we've progressed so much in that way, but there is so much we have been holding ourselves back from. We are still delaying our full happiness, our full potential. Okay, Spirit is saying we need to be able to put ourselves out there more without fear of the result. Don't fear the result. And I can attest to this so much. And I'm sure you guys would be like, oh yeah, because you haven't been on your channel for 500 years. And yes, I've been holding myself back a lot because of fear of people misunderstanding me, like has been my whole life, because I am a mediator personality type. So I have a very rare personality where 99.9% of the time people do not understand me, even when I go above and beyond to explain what the fuck I mean. So many of us have been holding back. The fear of likes, comments, family members, friends, even with strangers, just like, and it's the fear that's built within us. And yes, it's a programming and a circumstance of the matrix, because our souls decided to come here and do this work and have this experience. But guess what? We decided to do this. So, I mean, it just comes with the territory. Like, it's about time we just, like, have the attitude of fuck it. Like, I'm just going to do this. And I don't care about the result. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for me. And that is what Spirit wants you to do. Stop holding yourself back. Yes, you've come far, but you can go further. And right now, if you're feeling that like physical uncomfortability, it's because you're still not doing what you truly want to do every single day. You're still suppressing so many parts of you. And trust me, I've been there. I distracted myself so much. I'm such a great procrastinator because I'm an aqua through and through. Through and through. Shout out to my fellow Aquarians. But wow, I am such a great procrastinator. But I'm also a great manifester when I really set my intention, my focus, and my energy on creating what I want. On creating what I already have. And knowing that I have that. The I am presence. And now, after so long, I'm finally going to get back into my acting. I've been acting since I was a child. I've been dancing since I was a child. I used to model. I modeled for about 10 years. And I suppressed all of that to give everything to different relationships, whether it's friends, family, romantic. And it's been killing me inside. I've been suffocating. And now I'm finally putting out music covers and not giving a shit if people think I'm a bad singer or not. Now I'm creating different skits and acting and putting all my own work out there, not relying on auditions. I'm dancing all the time with my DM and without him. He's also a dancer. We're no longer suppressing ourselves. There is no point anymore. We've gone through all this pain, all this hardship, all this growth to do what? settle for, oh yeah, you know, I'm doing yoga every day and yeah, that's it. And for some of you, yoga is the thing you really want to be doing every day. But you're only doing it a few times a week, and then you're still working a 9-to-5 job, and you're worried about bills, and you're worried about this. And really, maybe if you did a course, or maybe if you just started teaching on your own and building up a small community of clients, you'd be able to manifest it into full-time work. But some of you do what I do, which is distract yourself so much and like, yeah, okay, I'm traveling, I'm eating food. Oh my gosh, food is life. Yeah, Bali's life. Wow, this is awesome. Riding on a moped every day. Okay, how could I still feel quite depressed when I get back home but I'm in a beautiful house and like, what? And that's how I've been the last few weeks. Every time I go out, I'm like, wow, yeah. And then I come back here, and I love this house. It's amazing. We have the biggest tranquil garden ever. We're growing a food forest. So I have a swimming pool right there, like 3 bedrooms. It's amazing. And I walk around, and half of me is like so happy and blessed and grateful. Thank you, universe, for protecting me and giving me this experience and looking after me, because I'm always looked after. But then the other half of me is like, I should be on stage. I should be dancing and singing all the time. But then I've suppressed myself for so long that the mental emotional battle is like, oh, but I feel too depressed and I feel so shit. So like, what's the point? I've eaten so much food over the last like 10 months of traveling. Oh, now I can't dance because everything's going to jiggle in the wrong places. And that's me still holding myself back, when it should just be like, bitch, I'm putting myself out there. If you don't like the way I look, you don't like the way I look. Like, simple. But not so simple. Because it's very, very hard to put yourself out there and not give a fuck. But that's where Spirit wants you to get. Don't suppress the other parts of you anymore. Like, fully immerse yourself in this experience. There is a reason that you are on this journey. There is a reason you shine bright like a star. There is a reason. And the only person right now that doesn't see that you're a star is you. And I mean fully see it. Believe it. Be it. Which is amazing, because the next card for Divine Feminines is Butterfly. Wow. Oh, I love this card. The energy is so nice. Hope you guys can feel that energy. This is freedom. Spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, creative freedom. This is the thing. So many of us have been on this wavelength where I'm just checking myself to make sure I continue speaking through spirit and not my ego. Okay. So many of us have been on this wavelength, similar to what I just said, which is we've gone through this journey, we've grown so much, we've grown through the pain, we've elevated, we've ascended, we've, let go, realized we had to detach, just focus on us and harness our energy more and more and more into us. And in so many ways, we are free. And in so many ways, it's like we're a butterfly, like on this card, but we're trapped in a cage. And we put ourselves in that cage. And we're flitting around in circles, and sometimes the circle gets bigger, sometimes the cage gets bigger. But then the cage is still around, because there's only so far that we'll go. Like, there's only so much uncomfortability that we'll take. And the thing is, the uncomfortability is where the transformation comes. And so many of you feminines just want to break. Like, you're just like, I'm done with so much pain. I'm done with the stress. I'm done with people telling me what to do. I'm done with, like, doing shitty things that I don't actually enjoy every day. Or guess what? I was helping people in a certain way. Maybe you were a nurse, because I'm seeing that uniform. And you love helping people. But being in a hospital every day is just draining your energy in an unhealthy way now. That now you feel guilty about not wanting to be there anymore. But you could help people in a different way. And it's like you don't really know where to turn. And you just keep going around in circles. Spirit saying you need to be able to express yourself for yourself. Spirit saying that some of you feel like you don't have time to be creative because you're doing so many things. You have so much on your plate. Some of you are working 2 or 3 jobs. Some of you already have kids. Some of you are looking after sick mums, especially sick parents, but definitely a few sick mums. And I am sending you so much love and light because you are literally working down to the bone. But you don't want to be in that energy where you're doing that cliche toxic masculine type thing where you're just working for everybody else except you. You need to have more time for you. Spirit saying that there's more to this illusion than you are seeing right now. But because you're in this cage, you think, oh, okay, if I go in that direction, this will happen. This will happen there, this will happen there. And then you're just circling around. Some of you are going through the motions because you decided to do a course to be more creative or be more in what you think is your life purpose right now. And you might be doing it on a regular basis or every day. And then it turns out that it only makes you feel half satisfied. And you're like itching and scratching your head like, wait, why don't I feel like completely satisfied and happy every night when I go to bed? And you're scrolling through people. A lot of you are scrolling through people. Instagram. Whoa. Did you hear that? Whoa, okay. That was spirit. Okay, some of you really need to do a lot more cleansing. Like, way more cleansing with water. Because spirit just knocks the water filter I have, and like, that doesn't just move on its own. Water is such a purifying essence. It's such a great tool that you can use. And sometimes it has to be in a certain way that benefits you. Not everyone that goes to swim laps in a pool is going to feel the same kind of euphoria or the same kind of meditative state where they're suddenly clear and peace and serene. I go in the pool. I still have innate fears of my childhood when I've been scared of pools and the pool floor and the suction, the filters and everything. I go in there. I force myself to go in there. And literally the other day, I think it was yesterday with my divine masculine, we were swimming in there and we were pretending to do like those old school shows, you know. I guess they still call it aqua aerobics. In my eyes, I see aqua aerobics as a different thing because I'm a personal trainer, so I just see it as the exercise. But like the fancy, like, you know, hands up in the air and with the fancy hats and everything, doing the dances, that's what I mean. And every time I jumped into the water, fell into the water, dived into the water, whatever it was, we also tried to do breathing techniques and stuff under the water. Because he was there, I used him as my crutch. And I was terrified. A grown-ass woman, my ego is like, what? I was terrified to touch the swimming pool floor. Literally. I would fall in, or I'd float in, or I'd dive in. And as soon as I emerged up, I'd be scrambling towards him like this and like wrap my legs around him, or I'd be grabbing onto his shoulders, like, because I was just suddenly terrified again to touch the swimming pool floor. Granted, not all of you have that crazy fear that I do. But my point is, I don't enjoy the swimming pool in a very meditative, peaceful, yeah, you know, I'm feeling life, I'm good, I'm just open. I'm not in that space when I'm in a swimming pool. I go in the swimming pool to either play games, have fun, do laps, or like do funny photo shoots or whatever. Where I go, where I really get into a meditative state with water, is either in a shower where I sing my freaking heart out. Like, I mean, sing my heart out with the shower raining on me, because when the water is falling on me, oh my gosh, it feels like I'm just being blessed every single second all over my body. That works for me. And waterfalls especially, because I've been going to waterfalls since I've been in Bali, and I just sit there. I climb up on the rocks and I sit there and I meditate, and the water just falls all over me, and I just feel like it is literally clearing everything away. All the unwanted energies, all the energies I've blocked, all of my inner child trauma that I still haven't cleared out fully yet. Like, I feel like everything is just like washed away. And that's why I love the rain. I love when it rains. I love when it rains. And so many of you need to do so many more cleansing rituals for yourself. And that doesn't necessarily mean water, but I am definitely seeing water, and Spirit showed me water. So please try and figure out, or be creative. Be ready and open to receive. Say yes. I'm going to experiment different cleansing rituals with water. Whether it's creating a spiritual bath, whether it's having a shower, whether it's swimming, whether it's going to a waterfall, whether it's just drinking more water. Some of you might just feel so meditative and serene and peaceful every time you drink water. Or maybe you'll get into making more alkaline water with lemon and cucumbers. It could be so many things. I'm definitely hearing you can't be afraid of who you are. I'm hearing that song, oh, where's the line? I can hear it in my head. Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. Oh, I don't know. Oh, what is the lyric? And the thing is, this song always makes me cry, because I used to listen to it when I was a child, when I was getting abused, and no one believed anything I said, or that I was getting abused. And I'd hear that song and it would help me through so much. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. Yeah, it's oh, when a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can't survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong. Then you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. And oh, thanks, baby. He's clapping like this silently. Wow, that gets me so emotional. This is what you guys have to do, seriously. You are your own hero. Like, oh, I just feel such overwhelming, like, love and emotion and, like, happiness and proudness of you guys. Like, you are your own hero. You have to remind yourself of that every single day. And I know I need to do the same. Since I moved here, I've gone on a whirlwind of emotions and ego deaths and awakenings, even more ascension and all this stuff. And I'm like, the one thing I know I need to do, that I used to do every day, that I used to tell you guys in my old place in London, was to put affirmations absolutely everywhere. I still do my mantras daily, but to physically see those affirmations all over my wall, all over the mirrors, oh my gosh, it kept me in such a good space. And that's what I'm going to do. Because we are our own heroes, and you have to be reminded of that every day. And you have to remind yourself, it is your job to create the life that you want, the life you seek, the happiness that you crave. It is your job to create that. Stop putting yourself in a cage. If you don't mind, I'm just going to take a sip. Okay. I hope there's enough room on this phone to film the DMs messages, because we've still got loads more for the feminines first. Ooh. Okay, next up for the feminines. You guys can see that. Whew, that came in strong. Okay. Wow, it's hot in here, man. Okay. Spirit is saying, some of you feminines, wow. Okay. Sometimes my higher self, when they really want me to say something, like, and it's really important, the energy is so strong. It's like, the way I hear my higher self, it's like a speaker. Like, there's literally a speaker inside my head. So if you see my head like moving, it's because like when she's really loud, it's like a bass going off in my head. That's the best way I can articulate it in this English language that we speak in this illusion. But I know if you heard it through here, you'd really understand. Spirit. I was going to say some of you, but I'm hearing actually a lot of you are skipping over things that really need to be addressed within you. And yes, it goes back to cocooning yourself, keeping yourself in a cage. But it's also about letting people take advantage of you. Because for some of you, a lot of you, sorry, are still letting people take advantage of you. Like, a lot of you. Yes, you've been speaking up more. Yes, you've been speaking your truth more to yourself. Yes, you've been overthinking and looking in the mirror and being like, wow, well, if I had this conversation again, this is what I would say, and blah, 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 and they ain't got shit on me. They don't know me. And, you know, all of that stuff we do with ourselves. When we suddenly get so confident because we're not actually in front of that person, and we overthink and we go through the cycle. And some of you are just blunt, like me. I'm an aqua. I'm very blunt. I speak my truth all the time, and if you don't like it, then tough tits. However, sometimes we can be too blunt. Sometimes we can come across as too harsh. And yes, that is the way that we've grown through this experience of life. And we're tough and we're strong because we've gone through all these things, and we ain't got no time for no bullshit. And I concur with that. But sometimes, even as healers, empaths, light workers, twin flames, whatever label you resonate with, if you resonate with any at all, sometimes our bluntness and our truth can still come across as harsh to some people that we should be a bit more sensitive to. And other times, people use our bluntness and our sharpness and our truth speaking as a way to take advantage of us by portraying us as something that we are completely not. By twisting our words, by twisting situations, by literally rewriting the truth and the history of what really actually happened. And in work situations, that can be fucking some of you over really bad right now. And some of the friends that you think you have in your circle are really not your friends. Like, they are gonna continue falling away. Like, your circle will probably get smaller and smaller and smaller if it isn't already. And for some of you, it's going to really hurt. Because it's almost like your physical body has been giving you twinges certain like subtle cues to show you physically that this person's energy isn't everything that you think it is with your human eyes. Even when they have given you love and they've given you support, they've sometimes been there for you in the hardest times, but their intentions aren't exactly what you think. And some people play a good fucking game. And I was talking about this earlier, how a lot of people are handlers. And they can be in your life for 10, 20, 30 years and go through so many different things with you. And then you realize after those 30 years that they were never that person they said they were. They've been doing something behind your back the whole time. And people are so good at playing this game that you really have to use this. You really need to use that pineal gland. You really need to see what is actually in front of you, including yourself. A lot of people are taking advantage of the feminines emotionally, including the DMs. Some of the DMs are trying to guilt trip you physically. And a lot of you have been getting a lot more telepathy, especially with this March equinox. Oh my goodness. The telepathy has been wow. Like, wow. It has been intense. Messages, synchronicities. Once again, seeing the doppelgangers on the street, or going past people and feeling the energy, and just it's like what you see in the movies when you just have this sudden gush of wind, and it's like you feel this energy and you're like, whoa, wait, that's how I used to feel back when I was with my DM and this was happening, and you're suddenly like, wait, what? Nah, like I don't want to think about this. I'm good. I just want to focus on me right now. There are energies that are trying to manipulate you, and you're overlooking them. You're skipping past them. And for some of you, it's the simple fact because you just don't want to deal with any more pain, because you've gone through so much fucking horrendous shit that you're like, I'm done with this life if I have to deal with more pain. And I understand that. I understand that so much. That spiritual depression. That spiritual depression when you're thinking, are you serious? Did my soul really sign this contract? I'm done with this realm. Just take me back to my planet. Take me back to my star. And then you realize, oh, wait, I have more work to do here. And you need to shine bright like a star, even when these energies are trying to fuck you over. Some of you really need to pay close attention to your friends, or the people you think are your friends. I just saw a vision of Catfish, which is making me laugh because some of the things on that show are so ridiculous. But at the same time, it's so sad because people really do have so many issues that we overlook in society. And some people really do seek out revenge and make 10, 20-year plans to get revenge. And will play on your emotions because of that fact. I'm also hearing that a very small number, okay, 2 of you are being stalked online right now through your social media accounts. You need to be really, really fucking careful with what you're posting, like personal stuff that you're posting. If you're posting stuff like, oh, I was at this restaurant with my friends, blah, 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 don't post it when you're there. Post it a couple days after. Don't go to the same place every day or every week. And if you do, then don't post that you go there every week. Yeah. Okay. This is weird because this has never come through in a reading before, but today I've been channeling Michael Jackson, I've been channeling Johnny Cash. It's been intense. One of you there's a man that's printed pictures off of your Instagram account and your Facebook, and they put them on their wall, and they've made like almost like a shrine. Oh, it's really weird and creepy. Okay, I'm getting the name Jennifer. Is there a last name? What? That last name isn't clear. Jennifer Schumacher? Jennifer Schumacher. Okay. So Jennifer Schumacher, if you're watching this reading, whether it's now or you see this in a couple of months when you're destined to see it, I hope it's not too late. Please, 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 please be real secure with what you're posting online. Ooh, 13, my number. Loads of people think it's unlucky, but that's because society has made you feel that way. This is actually one of the best numbers you could possibly get. Okay. Wow. Oh, this is like just like pure opportunities, abundance, prosperity, luck, happiness, like what some of you have been craving since you were literally a child. Like, the more and more you step out that cage, honey, the universe has got you. Yes, I need to hear this. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. You have a whole a whole load of opportunities just waiting for you. Literally waiting for you. And you have to get over that mental hurdle of thinking that it's too selfish to eat from 5 or 6 different pies. You need to get over the mental hurdle of thinking that it's reckless to put yourself out there for so many different things, because some of you do feel like that. You feel like, okay, I was teaching kindergarten students, that was fulfilling me for a while. Now I just did a 200 hour yoga course, and I'm becoming a yoga teacher. And I'm going to open up my own studio, but I also want to do ceramics, and I also want to make my own herbal teas. And you know what? Why don't I go to dance classes too? Actually, wait, I could also do an internship. And some of you think that's reckless, and some of you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so jumbled up. What do? I just need to pick one. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. Why would you just pick one thing to do? Why would you just pick one thing to do? Seriously, answer that question right now. Hi, why are you just picking one thing to do? Why would you limit yourself? Don't limit yourself. You have gone through this journey. You have realized that you can't limit yourself to thinking that, oh my gosh, I have to do all of this work for this person in order to keep them and blah, blah, blah. That was limiting you. So many of you had to go through this separation to figure out who the fuck you really are. Why would you limit yourself again? Come on, bro. Wow, I know my masculine energy is coming out when I'm saying, come on, bro. Like a freaking Logan Paul. But seriously, you have everything you could desire and want waiting for you to just wake up again. There are so many levels to this shit. Every single level requires a different version of you. Every level of ascension requires a different version of you. Are you going to level up, or are you going to stay the same and complain? Feel uncomfortable, feel frustrated. Try and settle for, oh yeah, I'm just doing this one thing. Yeah, I decided to change career. Yeah, I was brave. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah. And then half of you is like, wow, I wish I could actually be doing this as well. And this, and this, and this, and this. And then you think it's reckless because people in society will tell you, you got to get a job. It's got to pay the bills. It's got to pay the mortgage. It's got to do this. It's got to do that. Why are you going to limit yourself in any other way? You've gone past that. Damn. Spirit is waiting for you to just wake up again. Catch up with this level of ascension. Catch up with this new version of you. Take charge even more of your life. Literally. You need to keep shining bright. Take yourself out that cocoon again. And again, and again, and again. Think about your whole life since you were born. Think about how much energy you had from the first day you were born. And if your mum or dad went through any trauma as a child, all of that was passed on to you directly from even when you were inside your mum. And then you're born. And then all the other trauma of being born, birthed into this world, all of the stuff you've gone through in your childhood. Do you know how long that can take to unprogram that shit? Don't limit yourself in any way. Everything you want is literally waiting for you. Think about ascension like, oh my gosh, what is that game I used to play as a child? If you guys ever played Pass the Parcel, and you'd have a present, let's say it's the sage, and you'd wrap the sage up with wrapping paper or brown paper or whatever, and then you'd wrap it again and again, and normally you put different colors, different wrapping papers, different strings, different bows, whatever you want, until maybe you've got like 10 or 12 layers of wrapping paper. And then the whole point is kind of like musical chairs. You put music on, normally really crazy, cheesy music, or for me, it was always like Spice Girls, because, you know, I love Spice Girls. And you pass it around all the kids whilst you're sitting in a circle. It's a full-on ritual. And as soon as the music stops, whoever the person is that has the present gets to unwrap one layer. And normally in each layer, or at least when I played it, normally in each layer there's like a small little present, because the main prize, the main squeeze is in the middle. But in each layer there's like maybe a little pack of sweets here, maybe a cute little note there, maybe a little play toy like Spider-Man or whatever. And you keep passing it around until eventually you get to the last layer. And that's when everyone goes, ooh. And whoever gets that is like the luckiest person in the world, because they get the amazing present that was hidden inside under all these layers. Think about ascension like that. Every time you ascend, every time you grow through these pains, these struggles, you elevate, you're taking off another layer. You're getting small little prizes here. Ooh, wow, Spirit made it so that I can get a 200-hour yoga course. Ooh, wow, Spirit made it so that I get double pay at work for the next couple of months because I've worked so hard and they're giving me a pay rise. Ooh, wow, I've got more time off so I can go on holiday. Ooh, wow, I've got time to just completely do whatever the fuck I want for a couple of months because I'm on a sabbatical. Think about it like that. Spirit wants you to get to that last prize. Sorry, I've got loads of flies and like ants all over my back. Ah. Think of it like that. You're trying to get to that prize that is in the middle underneath all those layers. But you cannot skip the steps. You have to go through every single level. Every single level. Like there's like stuff crawling on me. Can you my back? Yeah. I'm sorry guys, there are so many flies and like geckos running around. My back is like
the jungle, guys. Yeah, in the jungle.
Oh my gosh, that feels good. Wow.
Other than that, it's a beautiful place to stay, guys.
You trying to advertise?
Yeah, man, I'm doing the other video.
Okay. Wow, that's too much. Woo! Okay. Wow. Sorry about that interruption, but wow. And we brought down a fan, the fan we always use in our bedroom, and as soon as Nick brought it down, it snapped. So that's annoying. But I'm really hot, I'm agitated, and when I channel messages I get even hotter, which I think is what is attracting the flies to me even more. So sorry if I just start crazily itching. I'm really trying to not. Okay, we're nearly through the Divine Feminines. 3 cards left. Wow, the energy from this card is so strong and powerful and amazing. Don't know if you guys can see that properly. Wow. This feels like what I've been physically doing. Harvesting your abundance. Completely, utterly. Harvesting your abundance. This is where Spirit wants you to get to. Taking control of more of your life. You should continuously plant the seeds of what you want every day, every night. Continuously affirm what you want and say it as if you already have it. Law of attraction, I am presence. Plant those seeds into the universe. Do it in a high vibrational way. Do whatever you need to do in a high vibrational way. I do these rituals all day. Sometimes I dance until I'm in a really high vibration. Other times I sing. I cook all the time because cooking is such a deep passion for me. I love cooking. I've been doing cacao ceremonies every day for like the last 3 weeks. I've been setting intentions on the cacao and saying, you know, every time I drink this, I am, etc., etc. And of course, one of the easiest ways to get into a high vibration is amazing lovemaking. And some of you guys are probably like, well, I ain't with my partner, I can't do that. And honey, you can make love to yourself. Trust me. Before this guy, do you know how much I'd enjoy lovemaking to myself? Because I know my body and what it likes better than anyone. So if you're doing a ritual, then do it in the highest vibration. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to make love. Whether it's with your hand, a device, or someone else that you have a deep connection with. And when you're in that orgasmic state, shout out those mantras. Shout out those affirmations. Harvest your own abundance. Keep planting your seeds. Keep working. Keep putting the energy in. And see it all just bloom and manifest. And just things falling into your lap, falling into place. And you're like, wow. I actually got the gig I wanted. Because I worked my ass off. I kept believing it. I kept reaffirming it every day. I kept being in that energy. It could be that some of you want to get a scholarship, which is what I'm hearing. And rather than just applying for the scholarship and then forgetting about it, you're constantly in that energy of doing that same purpose every day. Like if you're trying to get a scholarship to go to law school, you're constantly watching shows about law, watching interviewers from lawyers, reading affidavits, like whatever, you're doing something connected to it. You're harvesting it. You're harvesting that energy, integrating it into your reality in this realm. And it's amazing. Okay. I'm hearing that you need to be cautious of what you sow, the seeds that you sow. Some seeds, yes, you just put it out there, write affirmations, make a vision board, and do 1 or 2 things, and then just let it go, detach, and wait for it to come in. Other things that you know are going to be harder to obtain in this reality, you need to put in daily dedication, way more energy. Something like, oh, I'll give you an example, like I always do. And I didn't even do this with the intention of manifesting it. But obviously the way I speak now to myself and out loud and to my partner, I manifest stuff real quick. Because once again, you are the greatest manifester that you could ever ask for. So I have been getting more into tropical fruit because we live in a tropical place. And I love coconuts and they're so versatile. And you can make, you know, dishes out of the coconut meat, the milk, like, you know, grated coconut, etc., etc., the oil, blah, blah, blah. Now, I came across sprouted coconuts and realized that people actually eat sprouted coconut. So when you have a coconut, you see a young green coconut, that's what you drink the coconut water from, or that's where coconut water comes from. If you leave it on the tree, it'll go from green to brown, it'll turn into an old coconut, and that's what you use to harvest to make coconut oil, coconut meat, coconut milk, or desiccated coconut. I think even coconut sugar as well. Now, if you don't harvest the old coconut and you let it just naturally drop and fall onto the ground, or you bury it, it will sprout and it will start growing a new coconut plant at the top, have roots on the bottom, and the inside then turns into this amazing like coconut foam, like a coconut cake. And apparently in India, they eat it all the time on a regular basis. It's just like a common thing, which is where I first saw it. But to me, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Wow, it's like a coconut cake in a coconut and it's naturally formed. What? I want one. I'm going to get a sprouted coconut. I'm going to get a sprouted coconut. Oh my gosh. And I was so excited. I was in such a high energy because I've been watching so many gardening shows for like the last week because I'm so heavily into building this food forest so me and my DM can be completely self-sustainable here. So I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, look at these sprouted coconuts, baby. Wow, this is so cool. Have you ever seen anything like this? No, this is awesome. We're going to do this. We're going to harvest these. We're going to grow this, blah, blah, blah. Like all of this stuff. Putting it out there, like just like rolling off my tongue, like super happy, super high vibration. And literally 2 days of watching sprouted coconuts videos because I watched a lot of them. After 2 days, a sprouted coconut is found in our garden. Now, we have coconuts that drop on the ground all day, every day. We have like 25 coconut trees. Like, there's so many coconuts here. We have complete abundance of coconuts. They're super high up, so we haven't climbed up. We haven't hired anyone to climb up. We just grab the ones that naturally drop, that are brown, make coconut milk every day. Like, my baby makes desiccated coconut, all that stuff. He finds a sprouted coconut. After 2 days of me watching sprouted coconut videos and me constantly reaffirming it in a happy, high vibration. And the look on my face, like, I was so beyond happy. And I was in, like, shock. Like, oh my God, this is sprouted coconut. Wow! I'm actually going to get it so I can show you guys the physical representation of what I manifested in 2 days. Because this is an easy thing to manifest. Harder things, like changing career completely, will take a longer time. But let me show you this coconut real quick. Go. Woo! This is a sprouted coconut. So you see the roots on the bottom. You see the plant. A new coconut plant growing. Now we can either leave it in the dirt and it will grow into a whole new coconut plant, or we can cut it open and eat the coconut foam out. And I was so happy when I saw this. And it just reminded me and reaffirmed to me that I am the greatest manifestor I want. And easy things like a coconut or a toilet or fixing the shower curtain or getting new windscreen wipers, simple things that you know you could obtain even if you don't think you have the financial currency to do so at the time. The easy things, the simple things, they're the quickest to manifest. Of course they are, because they don't take as much energy or effort, but you can still manifest them. I also manifested a bag I wanted, a shoulder bag I wanted, and I manifested that within a couple of days. And I was given to it for free, just like the coconut, for free. Something like a career change, a completely different you, a you that you haven't even seen yet, let alone the world. Yes, that is going to take time, but you need to keep the faith. You need to keep trusting the universe has your back. You need to keep trusting that if you keep putting in this effort and energy, it will eventually manifest when you are ready for it to manifest. And sometimes it happens in ways that we don't even realize. Like cliche scenarios where you don't want to go out and your friend or family or cousin decides to be like, no, come with me please, just for half an hour. I promise you it will be over quick and then I'll drop you back home. And you're like, okay, all right, then I'll support you. And then you go out and you meet someone and connect with a soul family member that's going to help you do exactly what you want to do. And then you're like, wow, everything really happens for a reason. The universe wants you to harvest your abundance, to understand that if you keep working on all your pentacles, they're going to continue to manifest into this reality. You're going to continue grafting, bringing all of it in because you want it, because you deserve it, because you've put in the effort and energy to get it, to obtain it. And the clarifying card for this is it's time to decide. Wow, bro. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. Wow. Monsters closer. Wow. I mean, come on. All this abundance. All of this abundance. All of this abundance. Literally. All these opportunities just like waiting for you. Like literally. Stop delaying your own happiness. A lot of the time it's hard to admit to ourselves, but majority of the time we're the ones that are holding ourselves back. And then we blame the pain that we've had and the suffering that we've had on the fact we haven't done these things. And yes, there is a time and place for that, because sometimes we really just need to heal and the pain is too much. And we do have to shut ourselves off for 6 months, 2 years, put on loads of weight from eating like 500 burgers and fries every day. And then suddenly be like, okay, I'm sick and tired of eating this food because it's making me feel like shit. Yes, of course. Heal. Heal, heal, heal. But there does come a time when you are literally just delaying your abundance and happiness because you're then using that as a crutch. You're using that sadness and pain as a crutch. It really is your time to decide. What do you want? What do you want out of life? There's a song that me and my DM always sing. And it's by her and Daniel Scissor. And the lyrics are, if the world should end tomorrow and we only had today, I want to love you in every kind of way. And we sing that to each other all the time. It's one of our theme songs. But it also reminds us that what do we actually want to get done today? What can we do today to make our lives like even better? What is it that I want to do today, knowing that if I don't wake up tomorrow and I wake up tomorrow in a different realm, I'll be satisfied with the last day I had in this human vessel. Really take that serious, because then you'll push yourself to do more things in the present moment. And it really is your choice. Another clarifying card I got for feminists is counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and empathetic ear. 100%. Like, we didn't go through this pain for nothing. Like, come on. We did not go through this pain for nothing. You have gone through so many trials and tribulations, such a crazy journey. People would think, wow, you can write a book. You could like produce like 500 movies based on your life. Are you making this up? Is this real? You sound like the show I'm watching. You sound like This Is Us. So many of you have so many amazing gifts. And I just want you to shine bright like the star you are. Just shine bright, honestly. There's no point in keeping your light dim anymore. Don't wait for someone to come back into your life to suddenly start shining. Shine it now for you. Shine it now for the future. Shine it now for the kids of the world. They have someone to look up to like you. You've gone through all of this pain. You can help so many people. And you can do that in so many different ways. I love you, feminine, so much. I really, really love you. So many of you need to share your stories. A lot of you feminines need to speak your truth more, open up that throat chakra, exercise your right to speak. So many of you. Wow. I'm seeing so many spirits in here right now. A lot of you need to share your stories with the world. Whether it's, I see a lot of you starting blogs or have just started a blog. Some of you make really profound statements on Facebook. Some on Instagram, but I'm hearing more on Facebook. And people don't necessarily appreciate it in the way that you would like for them, as in like liking and commenting and sharing and hearting, whatever you do on Facebook. I don't know because I don't use Facebook. But my point is, a lot of you want that egotistical satisfaction of, wow, this person liked it. Okay, cool, yeah, I shared something good and deep and meaningful and they liked it. And really, you're helping and affecting so many people, and you don't even realize it, and you don't even see it, because they don't want to like it. They don't want to share it because their own blocks are stopping them from doing so. But when they read your post, it is helping them. So please keep sharing your stories, please. Your words are worth hearing. And so it is. Okay, and with that, I'm going to move on to the Divine Masculines. What time are we at? 1:03. Wow. Whole hour on the Divine Feminines. Hey. Okay, Divine Masculines, I am ready for you. Spirit's really talking to me through songs. Like, I know I've referenced this song so many times and it's coming through again. A lot of the Divine Masculines are really, really going through some deep reflection right now. I'm hearing Cisco Incomplete. Wait, can you sing it again? Oh yeah. Even though it seems I have everything, I don't want to be a lonely fool. All of the women, all the expensive cars, all of the money, it doesn't amount to you. And I can make believe I have everything, but I can't pretend that I don't see that without you, girl, my life is incomplete. That is what I'm hearing. Wow. Okay, this is really heavy now. Wow, the whole reading, the energy just changed so much. Okay. They're not just reflecting on the romantic side. The DMs are really seeing that it's like they put a band-aid over their pain. Like, I'm seeing so many symbols, but the one that's sticking out the most is like someone literally just being like, oh, fuck this shit, and just like covering up like a massive broken heart with a band-aid and a cut on the arm with a band-aid. Like, they thought by just like, they thought they did enough healing and that they could just move on and continue and, you know, zone in on work, I'm responsible, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, blah blah blah, people rely on me, you know, that program. But they know they can't run anymore. And I know you guys have heard that before, but I'm not even talking about the romantic sense right now, even though that message just came through. Because of course, yes, they're wanting you, they want that love, they want that really deep connection with another being, because so many of them don't believe that it really exists because they've tried again and again and again. It doesn't work in their head. But really, they're understanding that some of the things that they thought they healed, they needed to readdress again. They needed to revise. They needed to reopen that box, take off the band-aid and really heal it. They're so good at putting on that mask. And they're programmed to put on that mask. And it's not their fault they put on that mask, because when they're born in this illusion, they're told to put that mask on. Some of them are just, it's making them sad that they have to readdress some of these issues that they've had since they were young. And because the programming has worked so well with the masculine energies more than the feminines, at least in my opinion, the programming in this illusion is fucking harsh to everyone, but the masculine collective, wow. They might not express emotionally what they feel, but that's because they're programmed to not do that. And that's even more toxic than us feminines who are allowed to be emotional. Us feminines will suppress stuff out of choice. Most masculine energies will suppress because it's conditioning. And that's the worst place to be. That is the worst place to be. They're getting frustrated because they're realizing so much of the way they are has all been programmed within them. It's all been conditioned. It's all because of the circumstances they grew up in, the fact that they're in this energy or this body, the fact that they were raised in this family and this happened and the dad left and the mum was struggling and all of these things. And they're realizing that the reason they don't really trust anyone they're going at it with cliche, I know, but they're going at it with a more logical mindset. They're not completely full of emotion. It's not like water. It's more of, oh, my mum cheated on my dad multiple times. He stayed with her. He regrets it. They then divorced 40 years later. Now I just never trust women. I try and try and try, but innately I don't trust them. So every time we get into an argument, I shut down, I move on, and I can't be bothered. Because I don't really think that that person's telling the truth, because why would they? But my dad's so amazing and he got treated like this. They're analyzing themselves like a counselor, like a psychotherapist, like a psychiatrist. Very analytical. Very, oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm like this, yeah. Oh, that's why I do those things. Right. Okay, yeah, alright then. It's like that. At a very slow and steady pace. But once again, feminine energy and masculine energy, we do the same things, we just do them in very different ways. And this is their way. And they're doing this so that they can grow more. Because they're also reaching a state of stagnancy that, like, they've been hitting the limit for so long on their stagnancy. It's like, okay, there's got to be more to life than this. Like, seriously, there has to be. And I don't want to sound selfish, and like, you know, I'm doing good now, like I have money, like people are treating me better, or, you know, I've got a bit more authority at work, you know, okay, yeah. Like, that's the energy I'm feeling. But they know they want to go past that limit, but they're also like, how does that even work? Do I really need to go in to like move forward. It's like they're teeter-tottering with the idea. Some things they're readdressing, other things they're just like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, you know, well, I accept that. I accept I had my part to play, you know. Wow, did I really do that to that person? Shit. I wonder if it's because of what happened to me. Like, it's like that. It's not deep, like, I'm not feeling deep regret and emotion right now. It's more self-check, becoming more aware. Just like, they don't want more pain, so they're just like, okay, cool, I accept this for what it is. Like, very detached. They're seeing themselves from a very detached space, like talking about themselves in the third person, because it's easier for them to articulate their thoughts and emotions and understand and integrate that information within them. I like this card. I like this card. Wow. Okay, so, oh wow, yeah. Do you know what's so funny? I didn't even realize the synchronicity. Wait, no way. I'm just noticing that the synchronicity of the cards of the divine feminines on top and divine masculines on the bottom, because feminines always go first, you know, that whole spiel. But the reflection of the masculines, the reflection of the feminines, the mask of the feminines, the mask of the masculines. Wow. And what I was going to say is, this is a great card because the masculines are realizing they can manifest more. And once again, the feminines, the butterfly, getting out of your cage, you realize you can manifest more than this. The masculines are doing the work, just in a different way, like always. But they are doing it. Might not be as quick as the feminines, but you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Wow. Okay, so for some of the DMs, and only some of them, they've been wanting more for a long time and they're realizing they can actually manifest more. And that some of them have started studying quite a lot, actually. I'm seeing a lot of books and late nights, staying up on the computer, like falling asleep, listening to video tutorials, joining online courses, like how to create your own business income online. What's the word? Yeah, a lot of e-startup tutorials. And they're trying to, they're studying and they're scaling up ways of how to make more income online, because if they do that, it will give them more freedom and they won't have to work like an ass, like every day, like they have been for so long. And they can have more breaks, they can go on more holidays. A lot of them are studying a lot right now because they're realizing that they do have tools to start something new. They're still taking it at a very slow, steady pace. Like, I'm seeing like a snail's pace. Because to them, this is like, what? Can I do this? What? Like, I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. That's the kind of approach they have. Like, they're not coming from the approach of, let me go full throttle, quit my job and dedicate every day to this and see what I can do in a month's time. Like, no. They're maybe putting in a couple hours a day, not even. I only see a very small handful doing that. I think a lot of them are doing it a couple hours a week. But that's after work, after the gym, after they've done all their errands and looked after everyone. Like, late at night, by themselves. Like, and it's quite secretive. It's like very hush-hush because they're very shy about trying to step into a new direction or add a new element into their lives. They would rather share this information with their friends and family, the public, when they've had a good track record with it. They would rather do that. They don't want people to know. They are very secretive about this, because this makes them nervous. They don't want people to know that they're trying to branch out from the norm. Okay, some of them are doing sports, but I see a lot of people, once again, being creative. A lot of the masculines are really good, talented singers. A lot of drummers and guitarists. And I'm also seeing photographers, like shit tons of photographers. Like, I mean shit tons of photographers. Or they've always been interested in photography, and they always saw it as more like a feminine energy type thing, even though there's so many masculine photographers, energy wise and in a male form. But I digress. Some of the stuff they're doing, they see as a more like a feminine energy that could be looked down upon from their friends and family, or, you know, especially their friends, actually. Yeah. Because they want to keep up like that mask, like that charade, like, you know, like, well, yeah, we're still on the same wavelength. You don't need to know I'm doing this secretly. Like, they're not ready for that. They're not ready to put their little baby out there. So some of them are taking actual physical steps to go to study this in person. They're going to like group classes. They feel like one-on-one tuition would be too intense, because they don't like the attention to be all on them. They just don't. They don't like the attention to be all on them. They hate it. It makes them so uncomfortable. So there's some of them are sneaking into group classes that are like literally like a town away from where they live, because they don't want to like risk bumping into someone. It's like, it sounds ridiculous, but it's like a movie. Like, they want to do it at a comfortable space where they can do it, where they're not confronted with people they know, so they can slowly ease into it, because that's what masculines do. They're shy with these things. Like, and it's actually really cute, but they're definitely working, studying, definitely thinking about different ways that they could do stuff. Some of them are overthinking it and not taking enough action, and they really need to. And I know, once again, I always talk about the DMs as if they're not watching and it's just the Divine Feminine. So once again, I'm sorry, it's a habit. I'm so used to only talking to Divine Feminines. So if you're a Divine Masculine, or you resonate with that energy, that label, I'm sorry, I'm not saying it to you directly. It's just a habit. It just automatically, I'm like, oh, they are like this, or they are like that, rather than you. Okay, going alongside this. This is going alongside their manifestations. See that cute little fox? I wish I could turn the camera right now, because my DM is dancing with the headphones in and it's distracting me. Oh. What a cutie. Okay, so this is just going with the manifestation card. They're being very, very secretive with what they're working on, their plans. And it's not just the trying to make a better life for themselves career-wise. Yes, it involves love. Yes, it involves being more authentically themselves. That's what the real borderline around it is. Being more authentically themselves, which covers all of those things. It's not just focused on getting a certain thing back, or getting a certain love or getting a certain, it's the whole encompass of it. They are trying to secretly which sounds weird ego wise, it sounds weird, but they are secretly trying to become more authentically themselves, because that is the way they are comfortable doing it. And they are being cunning like a fox. They are observing, they are being secretive, they are doing things in the middle of the night. Some of them are in karmic relationships and they understand that this no longer resonates with them, and it hasn't resonated with them for a long ass time, and they're secretly making plans to leave that person. They're secretly making plans to get Okay, some of the DMs, they're in karmic relationships. Whilst they're out at work and in the middle of the night, when they have time for themselves, while their partner is out, they are putting plans in motion so that they're in a better physical space once they leave. For some reason... These bugs are going crazy. I'm seeing summertime for a lot of these DMs. Like, especially June, July as well, but June, July, August. But June is a big one. June is a huge month. Some of them are making plans for June, like as if they're gonna... Because some of these DMs are in marriages with their karmics. They have a whole bunch of baggage, and that's a lot to take on, to be able to be like, you know what, this ain't for me anymore, I need to cut ties with this person. But we have to cut ties not just with that person, but potential business we have together, the mortgage we have, the friends that we made together, all of these things, the lifestyle you created with this person, you have to cut ties with. Because so many people, when they're in couples, they make lifestyles based on the couple and not the person. So then when you leave that couple, you're leaving that lifestyle. It's not as easy as it sounds. But some of them are making plans because they're trying to either work out paperwork to divorce these people, to separate from these people. And it's almost like they're trying to do it in timing that they think is beneficial for the partner as well. And they're booking flights or organizing to get cars to drive to a different destination location, like obtaining, like I'm seeing a DM with a house, with a wife, cliche, you know, they've got a close circle of friends, but they're not happy, and he's been working on papers to draw a divorce, starting arguments or distancing himself a lot, but not too much so that she's suspicious, but just enough so that he can get a new apartment, get a new car in his name that's not in their name, in order to go to this space in June when he's either taking a sabbatical or he's leaving work or changing offices. Is something like there's plans that are being put in motion, and they're trying to do everything in a logical manner. And I know I said he, masculine energy, can be any gender. It's just the specific DM I'm channeling right now is in a male body. But they're trying to physically put things in motion so that when it comes to the end of May, they can address that partner and be like, look, this is what's going on. I've tried for a long time. I don't want to do this. I'm not interested in counseling. I don't want to work it out. Like, trying to break it to them gently, because, you know, when you break up with someone and you've lived with them for a long time, normally for a few weeks you guys are going back and forth for a while, or slowly splitting stuff up, or living together when you're not really together, and it's such a horrible experience. Such a horrible experience. But he's putting stuff in motion so that he's good on his end physically. That he's already financially taken care of logically, because DM energy likes to see things physically. They don't like to just trust the universe. They don't like to just trust their feelings. They like to see physical proof right there and then. Am I getting a paycheck? Yes or no? Like, that is the DM energy. They want to see it right there. The feminines are like, we feel this, we see this in other realms, believe us, trust us. Like, we're much more ethereal in that way. But they're definitely putting in motions and plans. And doing secret projects and ideas on the side. Like, they don't want people to know their business. Why do they need to, like, no one needs to know their business. They don't understand why people want to know their business. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Wow. Hope you guys can actually see that. Once again, tell me if you guys can actually feel the energy of these cards when I'm showing it to you. There are so many bugs. Wow. And you know what? It's because it's nighttime, so they're all coming out. Like, damn. Wow, I felt some strong energy I was not expecting from this. Okay, wow. Okay. Wow. 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 This is a big step for divine masculines. They're working hard on their pentacles, on grafting, on changing their reality slowly but surely. That they're foreseeing, even though they tend to not like that, but logically they're seeing in their minds that if they can get to this space and they can obtain this business, or they can obtain an extra $2,000 a month, or they can obtain, you know, this photography course credit and start taking photos on the side, whatever it is that they're working on secretly, they're logically thinking it's going to lead to a well-balanced, happy life. Like a family life. They understand they have to put in this groundwork. And they're starting to understand more that everything they do really does affect everyone around them, and vice versa. And I'm hearing that they're aware that they have to ground their ideas and goals into this reality more, but to not be toxic to themselves by thinking they have to see results straight away. They're also being a bit too harsh on themselves, because some of the DMs, even some of them, they just don't believe in themselves, and they've never believed in themselves. Just like the DFs. Some of them aren't sure that they can actually obtain this, which is why they're doing it secretly, because they don't want to be seen as a failure again in another way. But they want to be happy with all the people they're surrounded by every day, or more of a majority of the day. Wow, that's deep. Spirit saying they want to be able to see smiles on people's faces and actually know that they're real. And they want to see it from the divine feminines as well. And they want to see it from themselves. And they want to create this stable, this is them creating a stable foundation in their way. This is them creating a stable foundation in their way. And they have to do this for themselves first and foremost, just like the feminines. Wow. That's what it is. Wow, the divine masculines are being brave. Like, they're being braver than they have been their whole lives. Just like the divine feminines. Once again, we just do it in very different ways. Wow, I'm sending so much love and light to all the divine masculines. This time is really a transformational period. Wow. I love the elevation. Okay. Wow, that's a lot. So first I was just hearing, I don't want to be a burden to you. I don't want to be a pain to you. Because some of the DMs, as you guys would have felt, have been stalking your ass since day one that you separated. Some of them went back and forth. Some of them leave you alone for a couple of months. Then they sneak back and suddenly you start hearing songs and seeing people that look like them and watching clips and shows. You're like, wow, they said that to me when we were doing this last year or 5 years ago. Some of them are... They're going through these steps trying to manifest all of this. And then they're getting to the point where they realize, wow, I thought like I was going to be over that person. I thought I could move on and find someone new. Why do I still want this person? Why do I still love this person? Can I even get them back? No, I don't want to burden them. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to be another pain to them. All I did was hurt them. All I did was cause them pain. If I did that to somebody, wow, that's horrible. If somebody did that to me, I would never talk to them. Why would they ever want to speak to me again? And they're trying to... They're trying to rationalize what love really is. And they're still trying to be cunning, but it's like when you see a cat. Oh my gosh, I've been seeing a physical representation of this. We have a tropical cat. And what I was going to say is literally what I've seen. Okay. Ego brain fart. So, some of the DMs, whether or not they're stalking you on a daily basis again, because some of them do go through those phases, just like the DFs go through those phases too. Some of them are just like stalking you in their minds. They're constantly trying to talk to you. They're constantly thinking about you. They're constantly singing songs about you. Some of them still don't realize that they're telepathically talking to you and that you can hear their voices and you hear their songs and you see pictures and clips that remind you of them because they're channeling you so much. Some of them still aren't aware of those gifts, but it's like a cat when they're sneaking in to your house and they're like this, going silently past you, hoping you don't notice. Freeze. And then continuing past. And I've literally been seeing a physical representation of that. This cat keeps sneaking into our place and sneaks past us, goes up the stairs and hides in our bathroom upstairs. It's so cute. It's like they're still trying to be cunning, they're still trying to be logical and rational, but they do want to check what you're up to. They do want to check if you're happy, if you're going out, if you're smiling, if the physical representation of you still looks the same as what they remember, if they think you're wearing a mask now, if you've completely changed, if they hurt you so much that you're a different person, like. And at the same time, they're still shy. Like, they don't know how to bring anything to you. Like, they don't know what to bring to you as a divine feminine. They don't know what to bring to you. They know that they're working on themselves. They're doing better in themselves. They're making stuff for themselves. And they're hoping and wishing and praying that you do the same. It's like I'm seeing a scene of like a cliche. Oh, it's Mean Girls. That's what it is. I'm seeing Mean Girls in my head. The Lindsay Lohan character, Katie Haring, and she's the newbie in school. You know, she's from a completely different realm, completely different time. She came from Africa to an American high school. She suddenly sees all these crews and these cliques, and there's the popular girls, Gretchen Wieners and her crew, all that stuff, Regina George, and she starts to fancy the guy. I think his name's Aaron Summers, right? Yeah. And she's really shy, and she, you know, she only approached one boy before, and he just like dissed her out. And she's really shy, and she's just like, you know, like hi, like, but then she's also like not doing that straight away. And they're in the same class for ages and ages and ages, and it takes her months and months and months to build up the courage to even ask him a question about the work in class. And then there's that famous scene when she's like, on October 3rd, I asked Aaron what day it was, and then they show it's October 3rd. And it's like, it took her months to even ask him that question before she even gets to the point of being like, when all the other girls in school are like, hi, Aaron. And that's why I'm seeing the DMs as, like, they're collecting their pentacles. They're working on themselves at a slow and steady pace. So that's comfortable, but also uncomfortable at the same time. They're doing it in an uncomfortable way, but also a way, like, the uncomfortability is like in the most comfortable way that they could do it, if I explain that right. But when it comes to bringing stuff into fruition and sharing it with the world, they're like, oh, maybe not, maybe next year, 2 years, 5 months. And then for the ones that are channeling to you, and you're hearing all this music and these songs and these clips because they are thinking about you, and they're wanting you, and they're wishing that you're good and that they didn't fuck you up for the rest of your life and all this stuff. They're also like, maybe I'll just like look and see what she's doing. Maybe I'll just look and see what he's doing. Okay, I'm not so sure. Like, and then they just jump and like gone. And then they come back again and they're like slowly, okay, saw the Instagram, saw the YouTube. She's got a YouTube channel. Okay, let me watch, but let me create a different account that has a name that doesn't sound anything like me, and I can't comment and I can't like, but I'm just going to watch. And it's like that. It's like that kind of energy. And it's like cute and endearing, and it's like, oh. But then for some of you guys, it's going to be like, can't you just speak? And it's like, they're working on it. They're working on it. And the clarifying cards for the divine masculines, going alongside all these secret projects and ideas that they're working on, the creativity, the classes. I just love this image. Like, you being creative and the angels just behind you, like, yeah, you got this, man. Like, oh. I mean, that's what happens to me during my readings. I always feel a hand on my shoulder, just like, yeah, come on, NEENEE. SoulStar shining through. You got this. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write, or the pictures you take, or the courses you teach online because you did a course and you manifested all this abundance and now you're teaching other people how to do it. Like, I see so many creative things that the Divine Masculines are so talented in, and they just need the right amount of time and the right space to actually do that. Because so many masculines don't have enough space or time to do anything for themselves apart from a quick gym session, if even. Once again, just like I think I said earlier, I think I said music. Writing a lot of music. Writing, some of them are writing like, almost like a vision board of affirmations. Some of them are writing actual like plans, like goals, like, okay, by July 2019, I'm going to obtain this. By December, I'm going to obtain this. Like, that's their own version. Like, writing down a list and like being able to tick it off, like having that satisfaction when you ticked it off. And like, yeah, some of them are getting the things in maybe like a month after, or a couple weeks later, and they're like, oh, okay, it was a bit later than I wanted, but like, yep, still done it. Okay, next one. Like that list, like, wow, this is synchronistic. Like Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill, the main character in Kill Bill that Uma Thurman plays, she has a hit list to kill all the people that wronged her, and she writes all their names down in a number format, and she crosses it out once she's done it, and it's like that satisfaction of like, okay, I wrote this down and I've done it. But I'm also seeing some of them are writing, like, I think it's in a reading that I didn't upload, because I did a reading in February time this year in Barcelona at the beach and at the park, and then I didn't upload it. Stuff happened, we got broken into in our van in Barcelona, etc, etc. So I ended up not uploading it because we're dealing with a lot of energies there. But I was channeling messages that the DMs were starting to write letters to the feminines, not ones that they were necessarily going to send to you. A lot of them are writing letters as a practice of what they would say, and then doing that cliche like, screw it up, put it in a ball, throw it away, and be like, oh, that person would never believe this is bullshit. But then they find themselves going back to it again and again, like, wait, why do I want to keep writing a letter? Like, no, this is ridiculous, this is never going to work. So it's almost like an ego battle with that. But when they express themselves through writing, and I mean any type of writing stuff down, it really, really helps them. Whether it's texting it to themselves, whether it's writing it on a notepad on the phone, typing it up on Microsoft Word, or writing it on an actual physical piece of paper, it really helps them express themselves in more ways than one. And they are starting to do that a lot more. I love this clarification. Once again, going hand in hand with the Divine Feminines. The Divine Feminines had time to decide, because you can choose your path and you can choose what the hell you want. And the Divine Masculines have freedom. Yeah, buddy. You have the freedom to choose what you want, Divine Masculines. Yes, yes, and yes. Say it yes to life. You are free to do what you choose. Wow, this is a strong one. So for a lot of the DMs that are still in karmic cycles, karmic relationships, oh, that was heavy. And they've been going through that. Oh, wow, my heart is heavy right now. The DMs that are dealing with the karmic relationships, and they've been convincing themselves that they have to stay here and they have to do this because they made this choice and they can't let people down and they can't fuck up everything and break up a family and a unit and all this stuff. They're realizing they can't convince themselves of that anymore. It is killing them. It is killing them. It's killing their creativity. It's killing their real purpose. It's killing their authenticity. I can't even say that word right now. My throat chakra feels like it's jumbled. Do you know what? Oh. Feels like, oh, hold on. There's definitely some DMs. Someone's trying to come through real bad. It feels like the DMs have so much to say and they've held it right, like it's all the tension is in their back, their neck, their shoulders, because they've held and suppressed so much. Like so much for so long. And I mean so long. And it's like there's so much that wants to just like come up, like please, 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 please. Like so many parts of them are like, let me speak, let me speak, let me speak. It's overwhelming. They really are trying their best to unprogram that mentality of I've made this choice, I created this situation, so I have to keep it going. They are really trying in their way. They are really fucking trying. So many people are actually waking up. They really are. You might not physically see it yet because once again it's their business and it ain't yours, but they are. I see some of them pacing back and forth in the kitchen, like contemplating, okay, if I actually do this, this is probably going to destroy this person's life. And once again, it's not just about the DMs that are in karmic relationships romantically. A lot of DMs are in karmic relationships unromantically, with their mum, with their nan, with their sisters, with their friends, with their colleagues. They know that this cycle is not worth repeating. And they're trying to convince themselves that they can make new choices in life that will affect other people. But they don't want to hurt anyone. I've got a headache. But they know they need to do this ultimately for themselves. But they don't want to feel like a selfish arsehole for doing it. Because once again, that's how they've been programmed. They will feel like they're selfish for suddenly not helping out their nan every day because they want more time for themselves. When they're suddenly not spending 2 or 3 hours after work helping a new colleague every day, they're going to feel selfish. In a bad way. But they are getting to that place when they're realizing, I can make choices I want for myself. And even though they'll affect people, ultimately it will be for the greater good because it's for my greater good. They're trying to exercise that right of freedom. And they are talking a lot to themselves. Which is why it's like, it feels like my throat chakra is like It feels like it's clogged. Oh, it feels like it's clogged. And there is so much trying to come through. They are getting to this space though. For some of the DMs, their freedom is coming from this creative pursuit, this side hustle, this business that they're doing secretly, that they're learning from. Their freedom is coming through that. And the more and more they focus on that, their real authentic soul's happiness, the more and more free they'll become, energetically, mentally, emotionally, every way. And the more people and situations will fall away and new things will be put in place. And they're starting to see things are changing already. And certain energies that they're around, whether it's a mom, a sister, a colleague, they're seeing that they're starting to be, that those energies are starting to react to them in a different way. Because their energy is changing. The DM's energy is changing. Yeah. And it's amazing. You're both, DM and DF, you're both freeing yourselves from these shackles, from these chains. Of course, there's more to life than a romantic relationship. There is so much to do in your own life. And it really is your choice. Freedom. You have freedom. You have freedom to do what you want. Please, please, please. You take anything from this video, even if it's only one thing, take this. You have freedom to do whatever you want in life. Create the life that you want for yourself. For you. You are unique. You are not anyone else. You can be like someone else, but you are not anyone else. You are you. And what may work for others may not work for you. And vice versa. If you want to wake up happy every day, because you're getting to do what you love every day, then work on it now. Because the world could end tomorrow. The amount of shit that goes on in this fucked up illusion is just like, it's beyond comprehension sometimes. There are so many vile things that happen all the time. And people's lives literally do end like that. Literally start living more in the present moment. Doing stuff every day on that basis of, if the world should end tomorrow, what do I want to get done today? What would make me happy? What would make my inner child happy? I'm really, really proud of the work that we're doing in this collective. I really am. Because we're still going strong. We're still pushing through it. We're still moving forward. Even with all the horrific distractions and illusions and fucked up rituals that go on from dark forces. Like that horrible stuff that happened in New Zealand with the massacre. I am sending you guys so much love and light. And everyone that died on the Ethiopian Airlines. I am sending you so much love and light. I want you guys to shine bright like the star you are, because you really deserve to. And you are the only person now holding you back. So open that door for yourself, walk through it, and see how you are on the other side. Because you don't know that person yet. And isn't it going to be amazing when you meet them? I know, I'm looking forward to it. I love you guys so much. I don't think I said it before, but we did create this healing space here at the Neuro Retreat. So if any of you guys want to help support this healing space and charity that we're doing, so that we can spread healing services for all the souls here in Bali and all the people that visit, alongside the Balinese workers, as well as the other proceeds going to our charity, which goes towards healing other forgotten souls in all these third world countries, so they can have better education, better role models, creativity, learning, nutrition, food, clean supplies, water, everything. Please click the links down below, support our GoFundMe, or just donate to the actual PayPal for the charity itself, or the GoFundMe, whatever links I put down below. I just want to help people as much as I can. I really, really do. I want to continue helping and continue connecting with more and more people every day, and just spreading love and light and strength and giving support in any way that I can. And I love you guys, and I thank you so much for my support, for me, my channel, my readings, everything. I'm overwhelmed by the support and the connections that I've found, like through this medium, through this tool on YouTube, because I trusted my higher self and I just put out readings and it resonates. And like, yeah, I'm so grateful. And if any of you guys are traveling to Bali, as I said, you can stay at this retreat. We've got Airbnb accommodation, experiences, all that jazz. You get to meet my DM. He does his own experiences and his own healing work, especially with toxic masculinity, inner child trauma, all of that stuff. And if you guys want any readings or Reiki or crystal healing, any of the above, obviously everything will be in the description, PayPal, all that stuff. And yeah, if you like the video, want to share, comment down below. I just love you guys. Like, I just feel it's like a different degree of love. I feel like every time I do a reading, I ascend to an even deeper degree of love for you and just the collective in general. And yeah, it feels good. So I love you guys so much. Suk Samua, Terima kasih, Ashe, Namaste. I love you. Bye. You wanna say bye? Say bye. Say bye.
Bye.